By now, I'm sure most of us know of the Ouija board and other scary ghost games like Charlie Charlie or Bloody Mary. These games, of course, have one thing in common: they're all fake. Kidding aside, the three games and other games like them are told at campfires, sleepovers, or get togethers to safely test one's own bravery by charging into the unknown and contacting a spirit. However, while the validity of these games are at best questionable, one game many people have urged others not to participate in is the hosting game. The hosting game, like pretty much any other scary ghost game, is designed to test your bravery. And much like the game stated earlier, the main objective of the hosting game is to summon a spirit, or more specifically, 3. But before we go any further, I should warn you, it is strongly advised that you do not play this game. Many caution against it, as it could result in nothing but misfortune, pain, bad luck, and even death. With that out of the way, let's get to the ritual. To begin the ritual, you must first collect the following items: 3 matches, a clock, a pen or pencil, and a sheet of paper. You will also need to be alone in the house for the ritual to work. Once you've collected your items, you must designate one room in your house as the hosting room. It would be preferable if the room you chose was small and had no windows. It could also be a closet, if you prefer. However, if you simply can't find a room vacant of any windows, you can just as easily use a room that has them, so long as you block them out. No external light sources should be able to leak in. Once preparations are complete, it's time to begin the ritual. To start, turn off all sources of noise: phones, TVs, computers, and pagers if you have one. Afterwards, you are to wait until the moon is out, until it's dark outside. Go room to room and turn off all the lights in the house, excluding the light within the hosting room. Take note, if there is no light bulb in the hosting room, you can use a candle or a flashlight instead. Then leave the pen and paper inside the hosting room and exit. Make sure to lock the door behind you. At this point, you can still turn back if you'd like by simply opening the door and throwing away the pen or pencil if you are too afraid to continue the ritual. However, if you are brave enough to continue, proceed by going to the furthest point in your house from the hosting room. Now walk back. Once more, go room by room, and in every room you stop by, call out, "I will be ready soon." Once you arrive at the hosting room, knock on the door 3 times, and enter. Take the sheet of paper you left in the room, and your writing utensil, and write. You are invited to a gathering hosted by, insert your name here. It takes place at, insert the current time here. Bring your friends. Lay the paper down, and then head to the doorway. Stand opposite the doorway facing directly toward the hosting room, and utter the phrase, "I am ready. You may come in." Now, turn off the light, and walk out of the room. You should be standing outside of the doorway, your back turned to the hosting room. Take out the 3 matches and hold them firmly in your hand. Now count to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. At 10, be sure to strike the first match. If it successfully lights on the first strike, say aloud, "I am glad to see you. Thank you for coming." If the match doesn't ignite right away, drop it immediately and continue to the next step. Strike the second match. If it successfully lights on the first strike, say aloud, "I am glad to see you. Thank you for coming." If the match doesn't ignite right away, drop it immediately and continue to the next step. Strike the third match. If it successfully lights on the first strike, say aloud, "I am glad to see you. Thank you for coming." If, however, the third match does not light on the first strike, be wary. You are in trouble. Should the final match not ignite straight away, it means you have uninvited guests. Make sure you don't turn around. As soon as you can, and as fast as you can, run to the nearest light source and turn it on. Stay away from the hosting room. If you manage to turn on the nearest light source, then you should be fine. The game is over. But if you didn't manage to turn it on in time, well, let's just say you want to make sure you turn on the light if your match does not ignite on first strike. However, if the match lit on the first strike, you are to stand very still and listen intently. Faint voices will shroud the room behind you. Do not turn around. Finally, when you are done playing the hosting game, say out loud, "Thank you for coming. Goodbye." Walk to the nearest source of light and turn it on. Congratulations, you finished the hosting game. There's not much to the hosting game. It has no clear or obvious objective, and truly only serves one purpose: to test your bravery. That said, let me know if you are going to try this game in the comments below, or if you'd like me to try it out. I'll leave you to it. Oh, and one more thing. I can't believe I almost forgot. When performing the ritual, don't even think about looking behind you. You may not like what you see on the other side.